Welcome back to the morning show.
Our next guest is a Nigerian singer whose vocal range covers 3 octaves. Here to speak on her career in the music industry and how she's been able to balance her life as a single mother with a very active career. She will also be shedding some light on why products of most music reality TV shows rarely ever go on to fulfill their potential in the entertainment industry, as she was once a product of a reality show. And the release of her latest music video, she'll be talking about that too, and that's titled Polongo. Welcome, Waje.
Polongo, welcome.
Hi guys, good morning.
Morning.
That title, Polongo, how did that come about?
Well, that was Timaya actually, because
Okay.
the song features Timaya, and we've been trying to work together, but our schedules have been crazy.
Okay.
So he came back into town and he called me. I was like, okay, so Waje, let's work. And I heard the song from the producer he works with, and I said, okay, I want this song. And that's how we...
Well, you seem to have known a lot of collabos with many Nigerian artists. Is that a choice?
It is a choice, really. I love
why?
collaboration, to be honest. And sometimes when I hear a song or a beat, I'm not really thinking about me. I'm like, oh, this person's voice would be really cool on this song, you know? So that's just the way my mind processes music. When I am doing stuff that's either a ballad or soul or something, but when it's upbeat and fun, I want to enjoy that experience with someone else. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, your name, Waje.
Yes.
That's not your real name.
It is my real...
No, your real name is Vivian, Abi?
That's my...
I know. And Waje, you know, means...
Aituaje.
Aituaje.
Yes.
But, you know, what we hear is that it's from what
aren't just enough. It's
yeah.
an acronym that, you know, much later in the music industry, someone asked me, well, how would you want people to describe you? And I was going on and on as, oh, I want to be described as someone who can, you know, when I open my mouth, I want to inspire people. I want to sell aspiration. And he was just like, words aren't just enough. And I kept on going and didn't realize that he had actually added an acronym to my name.
So your name is really...
Aituaje.
Aituaje.
Yes, so Waje is short, because at home they call me Aitwa. So I was just thinking, oh, I wanted something unique, and we now put Waje. That's the other half. Yes, so that's it. So
right.
Next year you'll be 10 years in the industry.
Yes.
Yeah, when you look back.
Not 10 years, well, in reality, I'm more than 10 years,
Okay.
but 10 years as an indie artist.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you look back,
Yes.
how do you reflect on that journey? What are the challenges you faced? And what are the bright moments you've enjoyed?
Well, the truth is, there are so many bright moments for me, you know. I remember the first time I sang on a big stage, and it was with P Square in Enugu at the time. You know, I had just done a remake of one of their songs, Omogemi, and my version was Bobomi. And they came into town for a concert at PK Gardens, and they were like, okay, Waje, come and sing, come and join us. And, you know, so it's been from there to Advanced Warning with MTV, where I came out top 3, and I went to SA. And then from there to winning Best Female Vocals and coming out with an album that was nominated for categories in the World Music Awards. So there's so many things that I can tell you, that so many doors, from endorsements to even being able to, you know, like, affect people that I meet, not necessarily on the music platform, but also it opens doors for me to do other things with United Nations, with One Campaign, you know. And
With Bono.
Yes, yes, with Bono.
Well, you headlined the song Strong Girl, right? That was a theme song.
That was a theme song, yeah.
Which portrays poverty is sexist, correct?
Yes, yeah.
And you were also joined by Bono here in
Yes,
Lagos.
yes,
Tell us about that experience.
It was surreal. It was an amazing experience for me, especially because when we started the song, I had no clue I was going to meet Bono. He wasn't even in the building at the time. He wasn't even in the continent. You know, the first time we did the song, we flew to SA. It was me, Vanessa, MD, Omotola, you know, quite a number of females who, you know, are very passionate about, because we believe that, you know, poverty wears a female face, because it's children and women that are usually mostly affected, you know. And then, you know, just meeting people that have the same passion with, you know, with you was more rewarding, because and also because of the research that I had to do. I don't like coming into a space where I'm like a figurehead and it's like, oh, why? Because you're a musician, or you're just singing and then you sing and you move on. But I wanted to know the backstory. Why is poverty sexist? What are your facts? How do we... So when I talk with passion, and I know what I'm doing, and I know how to, you know, bring my own little quota to... It may not necessarily be money, but my ideas and so many other things that can help, you know, drive the narrative. And so, yes, and that was a door for me, because I moved on from the Poverty Sexist campaign to the Make Nigeria Stronger campaign, where we were asking for 1% of our consolidated revenue funds to be added to the 2018 budget for health, because, you know, we have no proper primary healthcare system in the country. And it was successful. It was supposed to be a 6-month campaign, and we ended up doing it for 2 years. And our dear president has signed it into the bill. So now that we know that, okay, we've crossed this, our next agenda is making sure that, you know, we're able to ask questions and deliverables. Okay, when I say we go do one like this, oops, my earring, sorry guys. When I say we go do one like this, so how do we, you know? So I feel like music has given me so much more than just standing on stage and singing, to be honest.
But I'd still like you to answer the question about challenges.
The challenges, I'll tell you, I have to be honest, sometimes can be financial, because I'm an indie artist. I'm the artist who, everything, I'm the business. I'm the product, I'm the business, I'm, you know, and because I'm doing so many things, sometimes it's very difficult to structure, you know what I mean? So I think that's really one of the major challenges that I would say. There are times when my business sense is saying, okay, Waje, you can't do this. Maybe it's dropping singles as many times as you want to, or shooting videos as many times as you want to, when you know that, okay, you have to, you know, switch, move, and do something else. That's also going to add value to your career. But at the time, you know, as a business, there are different channels, and, you know, so those are one of the challenges that we have.
I'll still take you up on some other issues related to that.
Okay.
Then maybe we should listen to another track from your
Sure.
music.
Sure.
My God, superstar boy.
They make the place Colongo. Say the way me have it on a deli, they make the whole place to Colongo.
Colongo, I make it go Colongo. See the way that I feel down the deli, I make the whole place go Colongo.
And I do you wrong, yeah. I will treat you with care. And I do you wrong, yeah. I'ma show you my care. Baby, don't you worry. I will treat you with care. I said, no, I'm not.
Spolongo, right?
Yeah.
How has the reception been for that song?
It's been amazing, because it's something that a lot of people don't. It's not the type of song you hear me do all the time, you know. So it's been really refreshing for some people and some new fans. So I guess
the first time I ever heard you sing was MI's 1 Naira.
Yes.
I fell in love.
Thank you.
So I want to challenge you, please. Can you do that for me?
Put me on the spot.
No, just for
Whether no 1 Naira, whether no 1 million, baby, you got me. Baby, you got me. You're the only one that I see. Oh, no nagi gango gari, no gari drinking, no. The IRA is gone.
Anyway, see, my own favorite is I Wish.
Oh, really?
So I don't know whether you also want to sing that one.
so competitive. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, can you oblige him? I don't mind.
Oh, I wish that I didn't have a heart. Saying I only stoned it deep inside. I didn't have a heart. Oh, I didn't have a heart. Saying I only stoned it deep inside. I didn't have a heart. I have a heart now.
You are so talented. Oh my goodness. goodness.
Now, let me ask you this question that I've been reserved
Sure.
for you.
Yeah.
You once talked about depression,
Yeah, I did.
anger management.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, you had to sack 4 PAs within.
Well,
matter of
to be
months.
honest, I didn't sack them actually.
Okay.
You know, sometimes you want to, because you're an artist or you're in front of the camera, most times you're saying things about, you know, yourself, your job. Like, I'm the first child of 5 kids. I'm my mom's first girl. For everywhere we moved to, my mom made sure that there was a farm in front of our house. So I know how to plant. I fried gari from cassava, like from scratch. I sold gari with my mom in New Benin Market. So I'm a hard worker. So usually I'm not too patient when people don't take my work seriously, because if you come and you're working with me, it's only normal that if you're earning a salary that you put in the work. You understand? If not, then what's the point? That means I'm just, you know, so sometimes I love these young kids and I try my best because I have a 19-year-old and it's what I do that she will live by example. She's been interning since she was 14. Every holiday she goes to work. Sometimes she comes up, Mommy, I'm not in the mood. I say, well, that's life. I'm not in the mood to work sometimes, but I have to work. So the problem with the PA is not my anger. It's just that sometimes they don't understand the job, that when they come, after 1 month, they want to go. It's not me sacking them.
Maybe you're a slave driver.
I don't know who is not. I don't know who owns a business.
All right, so you're a single mother.
Yeah.
Yes, and can you share with us some of the challenges that you have faced with just raising your child on your own and managing a career like this?
One of the challenges is sharing your time, being there. Because there are times when your work really needs you. My daughter has been back for the long hauls, and in the last 2 months, I haven't stayed at home 3 days at a stretch because I've been working back to back. And I want to spend more time. I want to be more involved with, you know, her growing up and, you know, her studies, what's going on in her mind and all of that. But sometimes I have to literally shut it down and tell myself, you either do this and let this job go, so that's one of the major challenges. But the great thing is I'm fortunate because my mom lives with me. So my mom helps me out when I really can't say no to the money coming in because we have bills to pay.
Well, I don't know whether I should ask this question. I don't want to upset you.
Enjoy yourself.
You know, but you say your daughter is now 19. And, you know, one of the things people talk about behind your back is that they want to know Waje's baby daddy. Who is he?
Well, the truth is...
Because you've been hiding him.
If I call his name now, we don't know him. So it's not their business. They should focus on the music. That's what I came here for. The music. They should focus on my music. I don't think I also have to have respect for the people I deal with as family. Yeah. You know what I mean? So as much as I will want to tell my fans, okay, this is the story, I also have to respect him, his family, her as well. So certain information I don't give out is not because, oh, I don't want to, but it's because I have to respect other people as well.
Okay. Any special plans for your 10th anniversary next year?
I want to tour next year. I want to tour Nigeria next year. If possible, go through all the states that we have. Well, I know that's not going to be as possible as I want it to be. But it's
and why not?
Well, let's see. But it's in the works.
Okay.
Yeah.
You started out as a gospel singer.
Yeah.
And we've seen some musicians, you know, who started out with gospel music, then they go in another direction. Then towards the later years,
they go back to
gospel. Are you likely to do that?
I still love my God. My faith is still strong. And I really don't describe myself as a secular artist, to be honest with you, sir. I just describe myself as a conscious artist. There are songs that come to you in different messages. And as they come, you know, you express yourself, you know. I have a song called In the Air, and people dance to In the Air, but they don't realize it's a gospel song because at the time, I was talking about God's love because of an experience that I had, and I experienced Him at that time. So it's not I don't like the tags. You know what I mean? I'm just a musician and here to give music. And
You're also an actor.
well,
correct?
recently I've been yes.
Your new
recently.
series, Battleground. Correct.
Yes,
Talk
yes.
to us about that. How did that come about?
Well, I've been getting a lot of DMs. People have been insulting Anu. And they're like, Waje? Yeah, because the character that I play is a very feisty young woman who is successful. But she can't seem to get her hands off her colleague who's a guy. You know, and he's married. So people keep sending me messages like, Waje, how dare you? And I'm like, it's not Waje, it's the character.
No, but sometimes some actors say, oh, I accepted to play that role because I saw a bit of me in that character.
Well,
is there a bit of you in...
chasing a married man, sir?
I've not said so.
Well, you asked.
I'm just going to put my head down for a second.
Well, to be honest with you, initially when they called me up, I didn't know that was the character that I was getting.
Okay.
And I was curious to see how people, because first of all, it's a series that people haven't seen me play, you know, and it's one of my favorites on TV. So yeah, I really wanted to play the character when I read the script because I was like, I want to see people's reactions. And yeah, I think I'm getting what I want out of it. But will I just say married man, sir? No.
Well, I don't expect you to. Anyway, your role models, Aretha Franklin
Yes.
and Whitney
may her soul
Houston.
rest in peace.
You know,
Yes.
Aretha Franklin just died.
Yeah.
What do you admire in the two women?
The longevity of their career and that they carried a message, and for every time that message was not lost, whether it was a fun song or it was a ballad or it was a song about, you know, talking about government or peace or whatever it was, you know, the message was never lost. And really that's where I aspire to be someone who sings, and whether it's a party song or a love song or a song about togetherness, I'm not lost in translation. You know what I mean? But I carry the message and I carry it well.
When you look at the music industry in Nigeria,
Yes, sir.
where do you see the music industry going, say, in the next decade? Are you likely to see a situation whereby some of the present musicians will have disappeared
It's only
or
natural.
will endure?
It's only natural that some people fizzle out after a while. It's only natural. But in terms of holistically the music industry, we've grown from when I started as a musician. Now, you know, the world has made, social media or the internet has made the world a global village.
Yes.
So someone in China is loving your song, and someone in the Caribbean is vibing to your music.
Yes.
So I feel like there are more doors now opening, especially for people that are live artists like myself that want to tour the world and do concerts. And I love when I'm in a new place and maybe they've just heard maybe one song, and after my performance they're like, oh my God, you took me back to the motherland. You know, I'm like, yes, that's the whole point, honey. You know what I mean? So I feel like and not just the stage, the business in itself. You know, if you notice, people are beginning to understand the position of being a star and all the accolades that come with it and the responsibility that comes with it as well.
Well, you see, you know, I'm a critic of the arts.
Yeah.
That's my,
Yeah.
you know, field. Now, I look at the scene in
Yeah.
Nigeria, and there are some musicians who seem to be doing very well.
Yeah.
And I look at them and I say, it's all hype. This will fizzle out. And then there are some of you, I don't want to mention names.
No, go ahead.
I'm just making a
Yeah,
statement.
sure.
She's like, go ahead.
And then, you know, I listen to some of you
Yeah.
inclusive, and I
Yeah.
say, this lady should be marketed more vigorously.
Yeah.
Because there's originality here.
Yeah.
There's something that will last here.
Yeah.
Don't you think you are under-marketing yourself, under-promoting yourself?
Well, one thing I'll tell you is you can't, with my type of music, you also have to understand the market you're appealing to. You understand? It's a business. It's like...
And that's what the DJ was talking about as well.
You have to understand the market that you're appealing to. It's either you're having Cocoa Pops or oats. And there are people that will not eat wheat, but they will have... You understand? And there are some people that... So there's a mass market, yes. But for my type of music, there's also... what's the word? There's also... I don't want to forget you, but I won't speak. But
You're on Sky, Channel 519.
No, don't worry.
So they don't understand Pidgin.
It's okay, darling. Y'all know what I mean. So, like, there's a demographic, you understand?
Yes.
And to be honest, I feel like you focus on the demographic that you know you can appeal to, that you know that when it comes down, these are the people that will buy your music. Yeah. These are the people that pay for your concerts, while you try and cross-border. Because it's not a one-day thing. It's a business. It's like the big brands that nobody started from, just here and then, And I rather, for the longevity of it, I rather focus on building that brand and making sure that it's sustained. But in years, I still achieve what I want to achieve. Like, there are children that I'll talk to and they don't even know who Aretha Franklin is. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's still people that, if she were alive today, will still buy her music. Yes. So you have to be very intentional about the music. The business. Yes. It's not, many times, and no offense to critics, you sir, but sometimes critics take it from a feel of the music and the impact than the business in itself. And
because
every
business,
it has a strategy and a structure. You can't lose sight of that.
What was one of your biggest concerts and where was it?
It was in LA.
Nice.
And it was, the strange thing about it was I wasn't even the one closing. Jordan Sparks was the person closing, I think, and then so many other international artists. And I got there, and at the red carpet, there were not a lot of people who wanted to interview me because they really didn't know who I was. And there was this Caribbean TV station that knew at least she's African, so at least in all of us. And they interviewed me and like, oh, what's your name? And I'm like, and I wore Ojy Mustafari Ankara. So I really looked like, it was in orange. I looked like colors. So I looked, you would look at me for a second like, who is that,
My coat of many colors.
Thank you. I really looked, and I had blonde hair, and then when it was time for me to perform, I was like, no, Waje, this is not where you do, like, there has to be a balance. There's your voice, but the performer has to come in to play. And it was all live band and everything. So I asked for a djembe before I'd come, for a djembe player. So they opened with the djembe drums for me. And I took off my shoes and everywhere went crazy. And I was like, when I was done, everyone was like, oh my God, you were so amazing. You took me to the motherland. I was like, that's why I'm here today.
Well, Waje, a great delight having you on the morning show.
Thank you
I
so
wish
much.
we could continue to talk for the rest of the day.
Yes.
Thank you. I hope you can come back, okay?
Oh, sure, definitely. Thank you.
All right, it's time now for a short break on the morning show. When we return, we'll have Arise News analyst Emmanuel Afeni join us to review some of the top stories on today's newspapers. Stay with us.